Back on again, more revealing truth. Now I don't know like gonna take the masses to figure out that the pandemic basically putting China as a superpower in the world. The masses never get it. The pandemic that so-called start from in Wuhan, China, show you that it's a worldwide government trick to put on China as a superpower, the so-called third world country. Yes, communist country and everything they tell you. And then here we go. We go get into this right here where they tell you the so-called cinema belongs to so-called China right now. Hollywood getting a competition. A matter of fact, they tell you that China is running Hollywood. Make it run.
Welcome back to CBS This Morning Saturday.
And if you notice, people, the stars tell you that China is a fucking satanic place. You understand that? They're the one who giving you all of this shit that you're going to in the New World Order. And I basically show you that their people, you know, it's easier for them to implement those New World Order and their people. And then they spread it around the world. So it's easier for them to follow suit. Yes, after they see the China people comply.
For the first time, the largest film market in the world is not the United
You see
States,
that?
but China.
The largest film market in the world is not in the United States. It's in China. You see that, people? Just like they tell you about every damn thing. Wow. The largest factory, every damn thing is in China. Even for the cryptocurrency mining, it's China. The 5G, China. Every fucking thing, people. What you think? Leading the so-called technology trail, China. They're the one who make the iPhone that America claim. They're the one who make your GMC and every fucking thing. What's wrong, people? Take a look at this.
The pandemic sped up a trend that was already years in the making, and it's brought about another change. The Chinese government's growing influence over the content.
And then there you go. And of course, once they say it's in China, there you go, the government influence on it. But not in America. The government don't influence nothing that the people do. What a dumb shit. The people just believe in it. That's why they have to sell you China as a communist country to show you all the outrageous shit that they're doing. And then you should thank God that you're living in America, which doing it to you under the quiet. Bam.
Films. That has people worried, including members of Congress.
Wow. Even member of Congress worry about the fucking movie industry in China. This is trash. I already told you, people. One world government. And of course, they're running amok on your brain right now in the pandemic.
A growing list of examples of Hollywood seemingly bending to China's will.
Wow. Hollywood bending to China's will. You see that, people? And don't worry about it. I already told you. A lot of places in the Caribbean, they tell you China come and buy it out. Even Italy, Rome, even in Australia. What you think, people? Is them showing you that China is a new superpower because you depend on them to make everything. It's all by design.
Gaga has the story.
If you can, remember back to Top
Watch
Gun.
them. Top
That
Gun.
1986
All dumb
version
shit.
of American Swagger. Tom Cruise. and his
American swagger. Nothing but trash. Movies just programming and build a culture for you. They use movies and TV shows to build culture for you from back in the days.
aviator glasses and leather jacket.
All bullshit about leather jacket, all pyramid on it.
Well, when a trailer came out for the upcoming sequel, the jacket was different.
Wow, the jacket was different. Take a look at it, people. The eagle. Wow, you never understand. What you think this is? It's all Freemason coding, as you could see the pyramids and everything. Just like you see they wear on the NASA suit when they're faking space. You see that? Move.
The Japanese and Taiwanese flags over there on the right had been replaced with nondescript rectangles, more pleasing to a certain government.
For the big blockbuster films, we really do need the China.
Look, bricks gotta be behind him to show you his Freemasonry, and then the books tell you that he's smart.
USC film professor Stanley Rosen points out that just 34 foreign films are allowed into China each year, giving Hollywood good reason to self-censor what Beijing doesn't like.
Wow,
American studios,
self-censored.
American distributors, your sense is they're making that deal with China or they're standing up to them?
No, nobody's standing up to China.
You see that? Nobody's standing up to China. We're talking about a third world country. All of a sudden, everybody doing business with them and turn them into a superpower. Why would you do business with a communist country, people? Why? Why would a communist country making shit for you? Why would you depend on them to make everything for you? And it's a communist country. That makes sense to you, people? Wow, that don't make no sense to me, though. Why would you depend on a country that's a third world country that's doing all this shit wrong, censor their people, all of this shit? And America, one of the so-called greatest nation in the world, depend on China to make shit for them. There you go.
Want to have any access to the China market, you don't stand up to China.
You don't stand up to China.
Sony emails
there you go. Hack Sony email. Sony is a Japanese company, okay? All right?
Script for Pixels called for the Great Wall of China to be blown up.
Wow, you see this? And this was bullshit. As you could see him doing the C with the hand sign right there. And I told you people, this movie that they tell you they banned because they're talking about they was going to kill the so-called North Korean president. I don't know if it's this movie, but one of them portray that. But it's all bullshit, people. Hollywood is just a fiction. Don't trust them.
Somewhere in northern India tonight.
Until executives switched the target to India's Taj Mahal.
Wow. All
Hoping
bullshit.
it would help them gain access to Chinese theaters.
Wow.
And in the novel
Wow,
World
they
War
have to switch where it blow up to make China upset it. And look at this. World War Z. Wow, if that's not called in, nothing else is.
China
And the book is
the
orange.
source of a deadly virus.
You see? Wow. There you go, people.
But the 23rd
Remember, people, all of those movies that they show you, basically show you that the virus come from one of those Asian countries. Any virus in anywhere, they always show you in any movie, they always show you that the virus come from somewhere in Asia, some breakout. You understand?
teen film adaptation points elsewhere.
Tracking the recent outbreak of rabies that began in Taiwan.
You can't even get to the consumers unless you get through the government first.
Wow.
Chris Fenton.
Why would you make up those shit though? What I mean, what is that for movies? It's bullshit. What is blowing up some other country so-called important monument in a movie good for? Get the fuck out of here. Just like you see the Trade Center fall, you want somebody to imitate that and pretend like they're knocking it down? It's nothing but trash. I told you with these sodomites in Hollywood.
Because he spent a decade finding ways to get
All
American
bullshit.
films into Chinese theaters.
Wow.
Including
All
the Marvel
bullshit.
blockbuster Iron Man 3
Oh, Iron Man. All bullshit for the masses.
and the time travel thriller Looper.
Before
Time
we
travel.
were involved with that script took place in
Wow.
France.
In the final film, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character still dreams of moving to France.
Bonjour, Joe.
Bonjour, Beatrice.
But the promise of Chinese financing and access to Chinese theaters inspired a creative rewrite.
You should go to China.
Wow. Wow. And a lot of people gonna mistake this for what it is right here. I told you already what it is. It's the world government putting on China to be the superpower. That's why they're doing all this. It's a part of even the virus that they give you, because the New World Order gonna have China at the forefront, the superpower. You understand? That's why the pandemic begins there. You never understand. And then everything started to come to light to the American people and the people around the world that, hold on. So China recycle our trash. Hold on. So China is the one who made this so-called product that we think that we make. You understand what I mean, people? They started opening up the lights for you, open up the door so you can see the lights that China gonna be the next superpower. Not America. Okay?
I'm from the future. You should go to China. I'm
Wow.
going to France.
Needless to
Wow.
say, he time travels to a gleaming, futuristic China.
There
We
you go.
actually
There
designed
you
the
go.
city skyline
There you go.
of Shanghai with Shanghai municipal government and also the CCP central government.
You
So
showed
if you don't add Chinese in there, you don't make it to the theater. If you don't put something in in the movie about China in the movie, it's not gonna get to the Chinese theater. Remember, they tell you that China have over 1.3 billion people, so that's a lot of people. So the market is good there.
Mock-ups, and then the government officials got to choose what the
All
skyline would
diamond.
look like.
Correct.
Wow,
Did you
the
feel
government.
awkward about that at all?
Wow, people, the Chinese government get to choose what the monument look like. Wow, so you contact the Chinese government before you make a movie? Come on.
That's a great
Wow.
question.
Wow.
Fenton says at the time he thought the cultural and commercial exchange would be good for America. He's had a change of heart and written an insider's
All
book,
bullshit.
Feeding the Dragon. He says
Feeding
Chinese
the
pressure
Dragon.
isn't just tweaking superhero movies or improving Asian representation in Hollywood, but
With
scaring the
Asian.
industry away from telling stories, even just to a U.S. audience, that the Chinese
Telling stories. Remember, those shit that they're telling is not based off real shit. So what do you mean telling stories? You should never call it a story if it's not based on real shit.
The government doesn't like.
Religion is poison.
Of
They don't want
course.
anybody talking about Taiwan. They don't want anybody talking about Hong Kong now. They definitely don't want anybody talking about human rights or Xinjiang
Wow.
province
All
issues.
bullshit.
And now the studios are aware of this, and they won't even embark on the development
Wow.
of projects that touch that stuff.
Wow.
Streaming services, most of them owned by companies with business in China, seem to be following a similar
You
script.
see that, people? Apple TV Plus. And I already told you who make all the Apple products is made in China. So who really own it, people? I hear some dummies talking about, yeah, you remember they steal all the damn technology and then sell it to China. You dumb as a box of rock. What I don't tell you. The world government is what have the damn technology and spoon feed it to the masses. You think China is really coming up with shit? You better wake up. That's how they do it, all by design.
According to the New York Times, Apple
New York
TV
Times.
Plus told producers, quote, the two things we will never do are hardcore nudity and China.
Wow, hardcore nudity and China. Wow, there you go, people. What more you want? They're showing you their hands that China gonna be the next superpower.
Past decades.
Ai Weiwei is one of the world's most famous living artists,
All
but
bullshit.
he's also China's best-known dissident. Last year, he made 2 documentaries, Cockroach, about the protests in Hong Kong, and Coronation, on the COVID outbreak in Wuhan. No major streaming service or film festival would take them.
There you go.
Did you make
All
these latest
bullshit.
films with the hope or the expectation that you'd be able to find a large audience with them?
I'm totally surprised and I should say disappointed. If film like this about China cannot be presented, why I have to come to the West? I don't have a better treatment than in China.
2 of the festivals that rejected Ai, the Venice and New York film festivals,
Wow.
didn't respond to requests for comment.
FF66.
The Toronto Film Festival told us it doesn't share information on its
Tiff.
selection process. But a former programmer at one of the most prominent festivals in the U.S. told CBS News festivals absolutely get pressured, sometimes by their American funders. If there's a
Wow.
company that's influential, they
Wow.
could threaten.
You see, people, what they use Hollywood to do, and even involve China right there. I already told you, people, the one world government at work. This is how they do it right here. And I already told you, the Hollywood belongs to the world government. Everybody that you see in there was put on by them, 100%. And I show you, China is a new superpower. That's why they're showing you them taking over Hollywood and have so much influence on the movies and TV shows that come out. I'm gone.